I can't help but feel deeply concerned about the possible changes coming to disability benefits. The government is expected to announce new reforms to long-term sickness and disability support, and the uncertainty is making many people anxious. With the welfare budget climbing to a staggering £64 billion a year, officials argue that adjustments are necessary to encourage more people back into work. However, for those reliant on these benefits, any cuts could have life-altering consequences. Take Allison, for instance. She lives in Southampton and struggles daily with depression, anxiety, PTSD, and severe panic attacks. Since the pandemic, even leaving her home fills her with fear. She hasn't worked since the late 90s, and receives both Personal Independence Payment, that is PIP, and Employment and Support Allowance, that is ESA, amounting to about £1,700 per month. For her, the thought of losing these essential benefits is not just upsetting, it's terrifying. She worries about how she would survive if changes take place. Then there's Emily, an autistic woman from Croydon. She faces immense challenges with time management and everyday tasks. Despite these struggles, she has managed to secure full-time work as a flight attendant, using strategies to cope with her condition. While she receives over £400 per month in PIP, which helps cover her essential expenses, she knows that any reduction could make it impossible for her to maintain stability in her job. Justine, on the other hand, was born with a genetic condition that causes her joints to dislocate, even with minor movements. Her body is constantly battling pain and fatigue, yet she works 14 hours a week as a tutor for students with special educational needs. The £737 she receives in support helps her afford transportation and assistance at home. Without it, working might no longer be an option. Steve, from South London, knows this struggle all too well. A car accident left him with chronic pain and brain damage, making everyday activities painful and exhausting. Some people suggest he could work a gig job like food delivery. But the reality is that even standing too long is agonizing for him. He feels that the government's push to get people back to work is less about encouragement and more about pressure. Alba, an INT contractor, lives with chronic back pain after 2 severe motorbike accidents. Despite her condition, she was denied disability benefits because assessors deemed her fit to work. She acknowledges that she can still perform some tasks, but the pain she endures daily is not recognized in the system. If her current job allows remote work, she can manage. But without flexibility, she fears her options will be extremely limited. These stories highlight the complexity of disability benefits. While the government aims to reform the system, the reality is that these benefits are not just handouts. They are lifelines. Cutting them without offering meaningful support alternatives will only push vulnerable individuals further into hardship. The fear, stress, and uncertainty surrounding these changes make it clear that any reform must prioritize the well-being of those who genuinely need help, rather than simply focusing on budget reductions. Stay subscribed for more videos.